Woo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So I showed you guys in a different video this old scout knife that I found. Kind of all busted. It was in my garage. It's been there for a while. But I mean, obviously you could see it's missing part of the knife. And the rest isn't in that great a shape either. There goes the can opener. This is for a real tin can opening. This is the awl for punching holes in leather and doing some leather work, stitching and all that. And then, I don't even know if I can get that one. I don't even know if I can. I almost said I don't know if I can get that one up. But we all know those jokes. There we go. And there's the bottle opener slash screwdriver. So what I want to do is start making this thing make knives great again. Make this knife a little better again. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it piece by piece. I'm not going to do it all at once because it'll take me forever to get going. I'm a busy guy, man. I'm a busy guy. I got to try to live without dying and not die without living. So what I want to do is just throw a little bit of oil in there and see if I can't at least, yeah, there you go. That bottle opener is sharp. At least make it a little easier to open and close. And that's, I mean, literally a little bit of oil, and you work it in there. It goes a long way. A little gun oil, a little knife oil, anything you have on you. That literally made those just immediately easier to open. So that's good. That's good. So that's part of the battle right there, is just good lubrication. I know I'll hear something from Colleen on that one. But so a little lube goes a long way. But what I want to do is I want to start with the main blade. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down and use a really, really fine grit just to see if I can't polish up the blade a little. I'll have to go in here, like in this little area by the ricasso, probably by hand. And it would take one of these little discs right here and just a whole lot of back and forth sanding. And you can see right away, because of the oil, how much crap is going to come off of there. So let me start with this. I'm going to start with trying to clean up this ricasso a little bit. And we'll see, because I know a lot of people, they find these old blades that were either theirs when they were a kid. Maybe they were just found. They weren't theirs at all. Maybe they were their grandparents', grandfather's knife or whatever. And they always think to themselves, oh man, it's too bad this thing's all worn out and blah, blah, blah. I do not say blah, blah, blah. But, and then they wish they could have it working, just a working knife. It doesn't even have to be restored. I'm not worried about restoring it. I just want this thing to be a working knife, something with an edge on it that I can actually use. And so I think just by a little bit of elbow work, a little bit of elbow grease, I should say, a little bit of elbow work on that elbow, I should be able to get it to a fair enough state where it will be a working cutting knife. Speaking of working cutting knife, now that my hands are all nasty, greasy, what do I have in my pocket today? I have the Case Tribal Lock, one of my all-time favorites. Freaking love this knife. People always wonder, like, what do you do? Because I used to always talk about this, man. I used to always talk about this. And I carry it a lot as like usually a secondary knife. This is just my primary knife today. This is just what happens to be in my pocket. And I carry it because I didn't put it in the sheath, like the sleeves. And I have the sleeves for it. And I just didn't put it in there. But what I do is I carry it when I'm wearing jeans. I'll carry it in that third pocket, you know what I mean? So I do that. So for now, I can see this thing might clean up pretty well. And I'm just trying to get some of the crud off there. But let's take it down to the belt and see if we can't make it faster. Hold on. All right, so people ask me all the time about sharpening and what should they use for sharpeners and different things like that. And I always come back to recommending a 1x30 belt grinder. I have two of them. I have one there, I have one here. I have one that I got from Harbor Freight that did a good job. It's great for sharpening and doing things like that and shaping scales. But I wanted one more powerful for actually making knives and forming steel. And like I have this fireman's axe that I was working on that you can see I took down a whole lot of it. Well, I don't know if I'm not even looking at the thing, but I took down a whole lot. I'm putting on an edge. I'm changing the profile of the axe to make it a thrower, and I do all that on this one. I just use some El Diablo belts. I have a bunch of belts all over the place for this thing. The package looks a lot like this. I'm sorry, I'm like behind the camera. Normally I'm looking at the lens. So these guys right here are great. Really, really good. They take off a lot of material, and then the thin ones don't. So what this is it used to be a pretty good grit, but I've used it so much that it's worn out. You can actually see right there in the center, I think. Well, maybe you can't see, but you can see right here in the center, it's really worn, and that's great for like polishing. So I keep this one just so I can kind of polish, remove a very, very light amount of steel, and I'll show you. What I want to do is this area right here where that, you can see that bevel starts, that's where I want to start, and I really just want to kind of press it into there and see instantly, instantly you can see the difference. So I'm going to work on that area. Now the key is to not heat up the blade. If you feel it getting warmer, you should have some water. I'm just gonna go slow and take my time. But I mean, like from here to there in a couple passes, it's gonna work out pretty good. So what I want to do is first clean it up and then shape it. So I'll worry about this broken end afterward, but I mean, automatically, look at this. I mean, that's a huge difference. So now what I did is there's this back plate back here, and I used that to keep it flat so I can get off everything evenly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this area where there's nothing behind it, and it's going to give me more of a convex action going on. And it's going to help me clean it up. That's looking really good. I mean, really, really good. So, I know the lighting sucks, but you can see right here is where it had a lot of issues. And now, let's see. You can see that? Look at that. This part of the blade right here looks brand new. So, especially compared to that. So now what we have to do is make that side look the same. So I'm going to put you guys back down here. And you'll see I'm doing this in real time. So you can see how really easy it is to get this kind of thing going. And it doesn't take a whole lot of time to bring a blade back. Let's see here. I don't want to go too long on that, but I wanted to get off some of the crud. So now I'm just going to go ahead and brush it along. You could really, I mean, man, that difference happens so fast. So now I'm just going to clean up the spine. Make that literally look brand new. And it did. So you can see how, maybe not, but you see how dark it is and kind of crappy. I'm just going to run from all the way around the bolster, all the way around. You're going to see it start to sparkle. I don't want to go too hard because I don't want to interrupt the scales, but instantly, it's better. This kind of thing is just so easy. We'll even go on the spines of these guys right here. And you see all those sparks flying. Good steel on these guys. So now what I want to do is I need to start reforming this tip. And what I could do, I don't even know if I'm on camera. What I could do is change this to a heavy belt and take my time. But I'm gonna go faster. But what I want to do is I want to see if I can just take it down slow and reform it easily. And that's what I'm going to do here. And you're going to see in just literally a couple, like 30 seconds, that chunk is gone, right? So the chunk is completely gone. Now what I need to do is not have that Tonto looking tip. So I need to recurve here. And that's what's going to happen now. And all I'm going to do is gently go in a circle all the way to the tip. And I'm going to destroy the natural edge. So I'm literally taking off the natural edge, but to get to a new one. So just like that, that's an entire new blade shape right there. So what I'm going to do is go back to bowing it and accidentally touch the belt. And it's looking good. That is looking so good right there. Now I'll do the other side. Man, bringing the knife back to life. This is, I'm telling you guys, a lot of people, they get these knives and they ruin them somehow. They let them go to hell, and then they think, oh great, there goes my knife, now I don't have a knife anymore. Well, it's literally as easy as this to bring it back to life. And I wanted to do it in real time without pressing pause, so you can see how really easy it is. So what I want to do now is I want to bring this area, the ricasso area, all the way to the edge. And I'm just going to give it a quick cleaning. Just a quick cleaning. You can see it's coming along really nicely. Really nicely. I recommend everybody get a 1x30 belt. They're so easy to use. And it's just literally about practice. Just practice. So I have like a tiny little chip there. And obviously that's from the big cutout. So what I'm going to do is when I sharpen the knife, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm just going to go to the edge now. And I'm going to come and I'm going to bring the edge down until that's gone. So now when you come to a rounded edge, here I'm going flat, but when you come to a rounded edge, you're almost lifting the tip away from the belt. And you're turning kind of into it. It's something that you'll get with practice, and it doesn't take that long. Ooh, that is looking pretty nice right there. That's looking pretty nice. So now I'm going to really focus on getting the edge flat. So I'm going to go back to where the plate is. Oh, that's looking good. Looking good. I'm trying not to knock over the camera. And I never brought it to a heat that was too hot to hold. But what I did do is, let me see if I can get it to focus. Maybe. I brought it to a really nice blade shape. Really brought it up well. just going to hold on real nice. So now you can, there you go. Now you can see where that big gouge was. All it needs is some more of what I'm doing, some more refining. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the place I want it to be. So it's just going to take a couple more passes here to get it shiny. Who knows, I might even glue it anyway, but I don't know. Looks nice. Looks way nicer. Something about restoring an old knife and just bringing it back to life. Really makes it your knife. You know what I mean? That's looking nice. So now I'm just going to take off the burrs. I'm going to go real light across. The way to sharpen a knife is to create a burr and then get rid of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm able to shave a bit. That's not so bad. So now it just needs some honings and finishing up. And I'm not looking to make it perfect. Otherwise I just keep doing here by hand with one of those discs. But I don't think I care enough about that. I just want to use it. I just want it to sing to me. And right there, just like that, I got a working knife. Now I can actually, let's see, do I have something I could cut here? Yep, I sure do. I sure do. I have me a working knife. Look at these little curls. Look at these little curls. It's that fast, guys. It really, I mean, with a little bit of practice and just going over and over, you can figure out really easily and really quickly how to give these things not only just nice edges, but to correct wrongs that have been, you know what I mean? You got a knife that's just been sitting too long or been out in the weather, and you want it better. Well, here you go. Now it's better. And you can see exactly how long that took. And right now my knife is good. Do I still have to polish up all the other crap on it? Yeah, but that's not bad. You'll notice on something like this, it's got a little curly part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right up to that curly part. Keep my hands out of there. And now, just like that, my bottle opener is starting to be shiny. And so now, for the curly part, I'm just going to go behind and get it on the backside. Get it on the backside. I'm going to try not to get it on the backside. But just like that. I'm going to try not to get the tip of the can opener, because I want that to stay nice. Let's see here. Man, just like that. Just like that. So now the can opener is going to be functioning, and it'll be a little shinier. So this is going a little faster than I thought. I was trying to open that, but I closed part of it. Let's see, I think I might have some dust in there. I don't know where the nail nick is. Oh, it's way up there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to close the main blade. Now I'm going to take the bottle opener, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around. Just polish it up a little bit. Man, so much better. So much better. I'm gonna flatten it out. Look at that. That looks new. I'm not worried so much about heat treat on like the can openers and all that. I could let that get a little hotter because it's not going to be a huge knife edge. So I don't have to worry about ruining anything there. It's got a lesser heat treat anyway, but look at that. It took that long to finish that part. All right, so I have one more piece here, right there, the awl. So I'm gonna close that, I'm gonna close these, bend that, and now the awl is kind of got a little dent in there. So that would be the hardest part to get, is gonna be inside there. So that's something I would have to do with a hand tool most likely. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm not planning on needing to use it anytime soon. It's kind of round on one side. Just gonna clean it up. Just clean it up. So, I mean, I went from an unusable knife to a usable knife that fast. That's pretty darn good right there. So now what I'm gonna do is just clean it up, put more oil on it, and who knows, maybe I'll blue it. But as far as making an old knife a knife again, you know what I mean? That's not so bad. That's not so bad. All right, well, that was easy. I was planning on only doing one blade, but it went so fast I just ripped through the whole thing, and now I have a good working scout knife. Shoot. How about that for $1? That's it for this one. Hi, I am Donnie B all day. Until next video.